Well, I'm here today with Annette Anderson, and if you'd been to Monaco and you don't know Annette Anderson, then you've not been to Monaco. She is, oh, to me, she's just emblematic of what Monaco is, and she's fantastic. She runs Monaco USA, but we'll get on to all of that in a minute. And I just want to say thank you so much, Annette, for joining me on this little chat.
Well, thanks for that introduction. It reminds me the other day I was talking to someone who said, "Oh gosh, I hear you're a monument in Monaco," and I thought, "Well, is that because I'm cold and hard, or just what exactly do they mean by that?" But I'll take it as a positive introduction. Thank you.
It is a totally positive introduction, but you're not a monument. You move very quickly and you're very
I,
agile.
j- I do my best.
No, you're a great organizer and you do some very special things. But first of all, how did you end up on the Riviera?
Well, it wasn't sort of an ordinary start because I was a lobbyist for the nuclear power industry in America before I came here, but I decided that I really wanted to make a huge change in my life. And so I packed a bag, got on a plane, and arrived here with no hotel reservation and moved to the south of France.
Oh, and the rest is history, I guess.
So far,
Well, because you started off though in the Cape. Did you start off with the Texan? Was that the original one?
that was my first official job, yes. I had a few other strange jobs along the way, but that was my official start with Kate. And just a few years into that, we decided to create the Stars and Bars because we all felt we needed more of a family style restaurant that could really give kids something to do in Monaco because at that time there weren't a lot of restaurants that welcomed children. And so we created a sports bar, family-friendly restaurant, which eventually took on several evolutions over 30 years. And then we closed 2 years ago.
Which is a real shame. I so miss it. It iconic. It was something you could just always guarantee going to. You knew what you were going to get. It was always fun.
Well, but it was time to move on and let someone else have a chance to do something original. And we wanted to advance ourselves and to move on into other areas of interest that support Monaco. And so it was time.
Oh, well, it's sad. Well, with the loss of Kate, she was an amazing person. You still participate in the foundation, obviously.
Well, Kate was moving in this direction almost 20 years before we lost her. She really wanted to create more environmental friendly meals to make sure that our customers were getting the healthiest um, meals possible. And so little by little, we kept planning for how we could create something very different, but at the same time, carry on the spirit of Stars and Bars, which is essentially everybody is welcome, and we're here to serve and to create an experience for everybody.
Yeah. Well, if well, the Star Deck as it was does not exist anymore, does it?
What are we talking about?
The Star Deck.
The Star Deck.
Yeah.
Well, the Star Deck went through several phases. It started off as a blues bar. It was a fusion restaurant for a while. Became a discotheque, and now it's definitely still there at the Marius restaurant, and at the same location as Stars and Bars. And it is one of the most beautiful reception rooms where you could have a great party or a conference or a birthday with this view overlooking Monaco Harbor. And so it's still there and it's in its newest evolution and really available for somebody who's looking for a really memorable party.
Oh, it's going to be hired.
Yes,
Wow.
yes,
That's interesting because
yes. It's been totally relooked. It still has three incredible balconies overlooking the port. view of the Monaco skyline, about 200 square meters of space, which can be made into intimate small groups as well as having a really big party with a couple hundred people.
Well, that view, as you say, is absolutely not just beautiful, it's stunning. It is
Yeah, it's
exactly,
stunning.
absolutely,
It is
absolutely.
stunning.
I love it. And well, I'll try and find a photo for that to accompany the article. Which brings
I'll
us
send you one.
on. Oh, thank you. It brings us neatly on to Monaco, USA. Now, you are the leading light behind Monaco, USA, I have to say. And it's again, welcomes everybody, not just Americans, and has a monthly networking meeting. Uh, Not a meeting, it's a get together, I would say. Does that
It's a
still?
very Yes, it's a very informal networking get together. We're not a strict sort of club. We want to welcome everybody who is interested in the Monaco USA themes. And obviously, Monaco US themes involve Monaco and the United States. So we always try to have a subject, a theme that would be interesting to anybody. It might be supporting the Monte Carlo TV festival. It might be talking about the International University of Monaco. Some of our guests have been fight AIDS, peace and sport. Essentially, anything or anybody that is doing something to raise Monaco's positive profile is a subject that we want to introduce to as many people as possible. So that is the kind of networking event that we have. It's not formal. There's very, 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 very brief presentation time, but we really encourage the one-on-one because I think you get more information out and you get more of an impact when it's one-on-one. So anybody's invited. Our next one is on March 4th for Mardi Gras, and we'll be sending out information on that very soon.
Is there still dancing on the tables up there?
Well, the tables are a little too high for that now.
I remember that. That was hilarious. That was in one of the editions of Star Deck.
Well,
Uh,
I think I've got some equilibrium issues now, so I'm staying on the floor.
I'll join you.
Standing on the floor, but still standing, but on the floor.
Oh yeah, there were some fun times there. But it is Monaco USA allows you to schmooze with the an eclectic bunch of people, I would say. I think it's a really, really great thing. Yeah. Do you still do the
Well, it's
quiz?
not limited to just to Americans. It's
Well,
really anyone who wants to participate.
I think that's absolutely great. How do people find out about that?
Well, we have a website, as everyone does these days, monacousa.org. And if you contact us through that website, we can put you on a mailing list so that you know about all of the events. Obviously, we have big parties like the 4th of July, Thanksgiving, quiz night. There's lots of events coming this year. And we're also hoping to spend next year really celebrating, 2026, really celebrating the connection between Monaco and the United States because it's the 70th anniversary
Oh.
of the marriage of Prince Rainier and Princess Grace. And that was certainly the most recent big connection between those two countries that we want to celebrate. It's also the 250th anniversary of the independence of the United States. So 2026 is going to be quite a busy, busy time for Monaco, USA. And this year we've got lots of activities that are going to be all leading up to that really huge celebration next year.
Yep. I did say you don't stand still. And you don't stand still. Now, as
No,
part of
never.
our has transformed itself into Marius. Can you tell us me a little bit about Marius, please?
Well, we count ourselves extremely lucky because we were really in search of somebody who really shared our values in terms of the planet and healthy food and but still maintaining the link to families and the concept of sharing and having an experience that really just uh, everybody can share. And so Sebastian Sanjou, who is a Michelin star chef, very, very kindly decided to come and help us out and created an incredible, incredible menu. Marius is his brand. Really, it's Provençal. I'm sure some of the people remember that Marius was a character in all of the Marcel Pagnol novels. There was Fanny and César and Marius, and so we have the traditional Provençal food in a beautiful, beautiful setting because everything has been redecorated. And the style of the food is sharing, and it's gastronomique, but not in the way that you think of in terms of little pieces of fruit with a foam around it. No, no, we're talking about really lovely sharing, as the French would say, copieux meals that nobody is going to leave hungry, and the taste is incredibly original and it's just a great experience.
Well, you're certainly selling it to me, that's for sure. Oh, and
You
so
won't be
what?
hungry.
So what does the future hold, Annette? Uh,
Well, with Marius, more and more experiences. We've brought in DJs for Thursdays and Fridays and Saturday nights. Live music on Saturdays twice a month. Really, we obviously cater to the business crowd with a business lunch. And lots and lots of events. We like to have animation all the time. I don't know if you know, but one of our services is if you want to eat at Marius at night, you call us up as long as you live in Monaco, and we will pick you up in a vintage luxury car, a Rolls Royce or a Bentley, or I mean, really some incredible real vintage cars, and bring you back as well. So yeah, it's got to be fun because otherwise it's not us.
oh, that's fine. I'm going to put those links in the article for sure. No question about it.
Oh, please, please, because there's nothing like driving around Monaco in a gold Rolls Royce.
Well, just fit in with the locals. Well, I think our time is more or less up, and I really, really want to thank you so much, Annette. It's really been I'm so grateful that you could spend some time with me talking about Monaco USA, Kate, and now Marius. I'm fascinated by that. So that's a must do on my list. So,
Well, Mike, you've been a friend for a very long time, and it's lovely to be able to talk to you and to talk to all the people who follow you. You're part of history as well. You're a landmark as well, and so it's great to be able to chat.
well, I hope I'm not cold and hard and stand in one place too long. Anyway, we'll leave it. And what you always do, and I'm going to say a huge thank you. And we will now leave with a big, big smile. And so I can find the off button as usual and say thank you again, Annette. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.